Here we go. Hello. Oh,
Hello, sorry.
the cat. Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, my love. Hello, kitty. Hello.
Yes,
Oh,
I don't know why he's like, not, he's usually quite vain because he's a Bengal. He's called SP or Snagglepuss. Do you know Hanna-Barbera cartoon with like a really posh cat with a bow tie?
it's not ringing any bells, but is
Okay.
that who he's based off of?
Yes. I wanted to call him Leo. My family wanted to call him SP, so
You can
SP.
call him Leo in private.
Well, he refuses kind of to
Oh,
answer.
really?
He's annoying, but there you
Love it. He's just like, no, that's not my name. Hello, Violet. How are you?
Hello, Pipa. Hello, Anna.
go. Hi.
Everything is all right, and I've just remembered about you said Snagglepuss, yes?
Yeah, Snaggle with an A.
Snagglepuss, yes. And I checked the previous time the cat, and I was surprised, and it was marvelous. And I wanted to watch the cartoon just to
Sorry.
feel the atmosphere.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's really funny because he's like, they didn't close the cage door. Something like this. This is literally how this one is.
Oh, I've never seen it. I need to look it up. I've written it
Really
down. I'll look it up after this call so I actually have a clue what you're
brilliant.
talking about. Um, hello, how are you over there? Marina?
Maria.
Maria, Maria.
Maria. Yeah,
Oh, sorry
close.
again. I need to change the name. Every time the same mistake.
Are you okay?
Um,
Are you well?
yes.
She's too busy changing her name. Yes, you're well. Excellent. Oh, good to see you, ladies. I've popped the poem in the chat, my loves. Ready to go. I don't know if anyone else may be popping on. I'll just quickly check the Telegram and check that no one's like, I can't get in, let me in. But I think we're good. Yeah, fabulous. I hope you're all having a lovely week. Happy Valentine's Day as well. Hope you've got some
You
lovely
too.
plans for after this. Oh, Lisa's here as well. James and I are going to cook a nice dinner. We went to M&S and got, they're doing like a big, they always do good meal deals
Oh, yeah,
there.
they did these heart-shaped meals or something.
Yeah, so I've got the vegan pie with a little love heart on it. And
Oh,
James got a really big meaty pie for himself. But yeah, we've got some nice food ready to eat later.
are you
And a bottle of rum.
vegetarian?
Yeah, I am. And I like experimenting with like vegan foods as well. I think I was vegan for a while. Um,
Mm.
but I eat fish as well, actually. I do eat fish
So
occasionally.
you're
Um,
pescatarian.
yeah, vegetarian, pescatarian. And I don't, yeah. I like food. I like all of it. Except the meat, I suppose, apart from fish meat. But anyway, hi Lisa, how are you?
Hi. Good. How are you?
Good. I'm good, thank you. I like your purple jumper.
Oh,
Very
thank you.
lovely. My kind of style. I like it.
Thank you. Thank
Um,
you.
let me pop it back in the chat again. I don't know if Lisa would have been able to see it if it wasn't there. Anyway, well done everyone for being here tonight on Valentine's Day. I hope you got some lovely love plans later on. But for now, let's get on to some lovely poetry and celebrate romance that way, shall we? Although I'm not sure this is a romantic poem. I suppose you could say it's a bit wistful, I would say. Oh, and we got Natalia as well. Brilliant. But shall I read it and then we'll crack on? Because there is a few of you and I want to make sure we get through all of you. So let's do it. This is Hope is the Thing. Did you see what I just did then? Hope is the thing. Did you see how I got lazy? Naughty. Let's try again. Hope is the Thing with Feathers by Emily Dickinson. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be the storm that could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. I've heard it in the chillest land and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity it asked a crumb of me. Interesting, this one. Lots of dashes galore. how was that for everyone? Any thoughts or feelings that you want to share initially? Anyone? I find this one a bit interesting. Don't know why. Anyone? No, no, no. Lovely, lovely jubbly. Who wants to go first then, having a little read through?
I think I will go first. And I also wanted to mention that for me, it was the most mysterious one, because there were a lot of things that you should imagine just to feel it deeply. And that is why I think it has a lot of metaphors, yes, metaphorical things and thoughts, which can be interpreted in different ways. And that is why I liked it very much. And of course, the concept of hope, yes, it is a very it has a variety of thoughts, opinions on that, and you can feel it in different ways. And that
Yeah,
is why I like the poem very much.
great. Oh, good. Lovely. Well, I look forward to your rendition. So take it away for me, Violet. Thank you very much.
Okay. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and so must be the storm that could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. I've heard it in the chillest land and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity it asked a crumb of me. Oh, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Well done, my love. Fabulous work. How did it feel reading it that time?
Some parts were still struggling. For example, I'm not sure about extremity. It should be pronounced like that, yes? But
Extremity.
Extremity, yes?
Yeah.
And I always read it with extremity,
Yeah.
a little bit more E.
Yes.
And just a moment, somewhere else. I think the part that kept so many warm, something was not correct. And maybe when I read many and warm simultaneously, there is a connection of sounds which was struggling for me.
Okay, brilliant. Good observations. Well done for noticing those. You've covered the extremity one. That's one I jotted down. So yeah, it's an unusual word, extremity. We don't use it all that much, I'd say, in contemporary British, apart from if it's cold outside and we're like, oh, my extremities are out, or my extremities are a bit cold, meaning our legs and arms and hands and feet. Strange, but that's when we kind of would use it. But yeah, again, it's an extension of extreme, I think. So that's why you're thinking extreme. But yeah, extreme is a different thing. I'll just type it down in case you can't visualize it. And yeah, extremity. Just say it for me a couple of times now.
Extremity.
Yeah.
Extremity.
Again. Great, lovely, not a problem. Coming back to your warm one. So yeah, warm rather than worm, warm.
Warm. Like
Well,
this.
did you hear how she self-corrected that? How delightful. Well done. One more time, just say it in context of the line, that kept so many warm.
That kept so many warm.
Yeah, good. Just requires a little bit more of effort from you to click it into place, doesn't it? Warm. You've got it down though, so well done. One more time, warm.
Warm.
Yeah, perfect. Lovely. Well done. Is that clear? Can you hear what you're doing differently?
Thank you so much.
Yeah. I don't think I need to go into that anymore. Next one, I'd ask you to be a bit careful of perches. Perches in the second line. Just say perches in the soul.
Perches.
Perfect. Lovely. Really, really good. It almost, I don't know if it was the microphone actually, to be fair, because sometimes Zoom does, but it almost sounded like purges. So it's not a j, it is a ch. So in fact, just do that for me. Ch.
Cha.
Yeah, cha, like a cha.
Cha.
Yeah, lovely. Perches.
Perches.
Yeah, lovely. Really, really good. Lovely. Where's could abash, that could abash. I don't know what I've written that down for, but let's just have a little go. Can you say that could abash the little bird, please?
That could abash the little bird.
I've remembered what it is. It almost came across could, maybe, ood, rather than
Maybe.
could. So yeah, just say could again.
Could.
Yeah, good. And the whole line again.
That could abash the little bird.
Excellent. Can you, just for fun, can you give me a schwa in that instead?
Okay, so that.
That.
Oh, got it.
That could abash the little bird.
That could abash the little bird.
Is that a schwa?
That.
That. So we've got that, like the cat in the hat, that, sat, yeah. Then we could say that, like should. Is that a word? Should. Is that a word? What's a word with that in there? I was just testing you to see if you could pop one in and switch one out. You did it, I think, on the that kept so many warm. We got more of a schwa in there. Both are valid, guys. Just a general note. I just wanted to see if Violet could switch on more of the schwa action for me for funsies. Can you say those two lines again? That could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. Can I have a schwa in both that's, please? So they're not that, they are that.
Okay, I'll try. Just a moment. Okay. That could abash the little bird that kept so many warm.
Yeah, good. Well done. Well done. The first one was definitely not a schwa, but really, really good. I think you can say it that anyway. I would like you to practice schwaring and not schwaring for me, just so that it becomes a little bit more of you can pick and choose. So when you're speaking more naturally, if the schwa is applicable and we can pop one in, I want you to practice them either way, so that when you are speaking more naturally, it will come more naturally to you. Does that make sense?
Yes, I think that it is a very useful tool because in these cases, that is we should get rid of the focus on this word. Yes, and that is why schwa is very useful here, and I'll try. I got the idea, so I should practice more.
Definitely. Just for fun, just for the heck of it. There's nothing wrong with how you did it before. I was just testing and pushing you a little bit further. So well done. Lovely. I feel like there was one more thing. What have I written there? Crumb. Say crumb for me.
Crumb.
Yeah, good. Almost sounded like gram when you said it earlier. Again, it might be a microphone thing, because I think you're pretty solid, to be honest, but just say it asked a crumb.
It asked a crumb.
Yeah, crumb. Careful, it's not too crumb. Up vowel, yeah, crumb.
Crumb.
Good. It's almost sounding like cram. Or not cram, but cram or a ram. Can we make it crumb? Less wide and round and more up and under in terms of energy. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes, yes, I'll try. Crumb.
Better, yeah. Not crumb. Up, yeah. Try again.
Crumb.
Yeah, better. So more of a scoopy up rather than a round and ow action.
A very straight line, not the circle.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know, I keep thinking of Victor Crumb. Watched Harry Potter recently, right? So that's spelled Krum, but they're very, it's very their whole did you know the Harry Potter reference I'm making, everyone? Yeah.
Yes.
But they were quite abrupt and to the point, weren't they, as a school in the Harry Potter franchise. So yeah, let's think, when we're talking about crumbs, even though they're dainty little bits of food, let's think of them being a bit more direct and upright and like a pole. So fabulous, wonderful. That was all I had written down. Was there anything else that you wanted to quickly ask or clarify?
No, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Lovely work as always. Delightful. Who would like to step up next?
Me?
Anna and SP.
Yeah,
Whenever you're ready.
he's digging for something.
He's having a chill.
No, he nicked the pen, I think.
Oh, okay.
Anyway. And I need to put my like phonetics hat on.
Yes. Whenever you're ready, darling.
Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. The sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be the storm that could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. I've heard it in the chillest land and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity it asked a crumb of me.
Really good. Well done, Anna. How was you feeling with the pacing on that?
I felt good actually.
Well
I felt
done.
good, and I was thinking less about what am I saying and more of how I'm saying it. As a first, pretty much.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations.
I'm
How
getting. I
exciting.
told you that my phonetics hat is fully on today. That's
Good.
how
Not
I
half
feel.
on your shoulder, on the head, ready to go.
Like a
Lovely.
brownie point.
Yeah. Well done. Really, really, really good. And was there any bits for you that just stood out in your ear that you're thinking, oof, still a
It
bit
was more
rusty
like I remember how, I don't know if you remember, but I do, how we discussed the O's, like they should be like that. So the hope for me was like that, like good O.
Yes. Yeah. I thought that was particularly strong and a really good solid
I
start. So
practiced a
well
few
done.
times whilst we were talking to Violet, but I remembered now, like, okay, like that.
Yeah. Hope. Yeah, we're coming onto it. A bit like a bird does fly, you know, they've got their feet and they just perch onto the whatever
Yeah.
bit, landing like that action, I think. Wonderful. Really, really good. Anything else? Any other comments to share?
Probably not. I didn't think much of a Schwein that, but I don't know. It
Fine.
probably came out fine.
I didn't really pick up on it too much. What, on the that's that I was picking up Violet on? Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, because it's usually like when you pick, you mention something to the previous reader, you think, oh, that
Switch
as well. I need to think of that too.
Yeah. It's just, you know, each to their own.
It
I'll
just
always,
makes you self-conscious a little bit,
yes,
but it's good.
of course. Yeah, it's good. It switches you on that bit because you think, oh, I
Very
didn't
much
think
so.
of that. But definitely know that that's all, you know, if it's a general note, I will give it to you generally. But that was just me
Yeah.
testing Violet a little bit more and pushing her a little bit.
I think
So
it's a little bit like that's why I like going second, so I can pick up on some
yeah.
notes from Violet. But if it's like for everyone, I'm like, oh my god, can I even read?
Yes, you can. And you did it oh so successfully. So well done. There was one many. Can you just say that line that says that kept so many warm?
That kept so many warm.
And again?
That kept so many warm.
Excellent. So something else I've just picked up on actually. Kept rather than kept. Kept. Can we make sure that is the nice vowel for me?
Oh yeah, like in fell. Kept.
Again.
Kept.
Careful it doesn't become kept. Kept. Kept.
Kept. Kept.
Kept.
Okay, so it's a bit more.
Kept.
Sorry, it's the cat again. Kept.
That's it. Yeah. Just be careful because
think I
that
felt
wasn't
it,
even
yeah.
the focus then. But then I was like, oh, actually, we're going a bit elsewhere on that vowel sound. But well done, lovely. That kept so many warm. Just say the whole line again.
A fee. Basket. Sorry, guys.
Oh, we saw the severity come out then.
Yes, and I replace all the other words that I know with basket and fudge. So because of, you know, the child. Well, he's 11, nearly. He knows all the words, but anyway.
Okay.
Not from me. Just kidding. Sorry, I'm oversharing today slightly.
It's fabulous. I love it. Good. I'm terrible for it. When I'm with my nephew, they still come out. I've really got to be careful with the old swear.
Yeah, like, sheep.
But yeah.
I meant sheep.
Yeah, sugar. I meant sugar. Anyway, fudge. Anyway, go on. Give me the line again. That kept so many warm.
That kept so many warm.
Yeah, good. Many. With many. Can
There's
we
a heavy vowel in the end.
Yeah,
Many.
it's spelled it kind of is more of, I've just put it in the chat, many. That's how it should sound, but I'm not sure if we're getting more many. Mare. I feel like we're sometimes making it more of a mare. Many? No, that's not helpful. Mare like a many. So I want more many. So that vowel again, kept men. Kept. Men.
Okay, okay. So the cats are many warm.
Yeah,
Like
that's
that?
it. Yeah.
Okay,
So
I
just be
never thought
careful
of
it
that.
doesn't become many.
Yeah.
Many. It's a bit more condensed. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. I'm not sure how to explain it to myself, like grammatically, but if you say it's with an E, so to speak, then that's how I'm gonna learn it.
Yeah. Because yeah, it's manny. It's tempting to make it a man. Well, it's spelt manny, isn't it, really?
Mhm.
But it is men, any. Like that first spelling I put in.
Yeah,
Pick
okay.
like that, please.
I
But
shall
good.
learn.
Yes, give it a go. Oh, who's that? Oh, was it Natalia again? Just in and out, like I don't know what. Good. It asked, did we just do that one? No, we didn't. It asked a crumb of me. Could you just say the final line, please?
It asked a crumb of me.
Yeah, one more time.
It asked a crumb of me.
Okay. Again, I'm being very nitpicky and very well, pernickety. Can you say it one more time? Because I don't want to give you a rough
Yeah.
odd direction. Go on.
It asked a crumb of me.
Okay, excellent. So yeah, what I'm hearing is it asked, asked. I want more of an arse in there, please. So rather than
Okay,
just
yeah, okay.
it asked.
Like it can't, in like that sort of.
Yeah.
It asked a crumb of
Fantastic.
me.
That's it. Yeah. And I
Okay.
think it's because you're probably preempting the very complex consonants in that. Asked. That's a lovely little consonant cluster, the S, the K, and the D. I think we're just maybe glottling and shortening the R sound that I want to hear a little bit clearer, okay? So just say it one more time for me with that lovely asked that you gave me.
It asked a crumb of me.
That's it. Yeah. So perfect. That's it. Can you hear? Do you know what the
Yes.
difference is?
And can I ask about can I ask about ask?
Yeah.
Stop it. Sorry, he's just trying. I'm really, really sorry. I'll talk to you
Don't
back in a
worry.
second. With asked, is it at some point that you say asked? Like everything cramps into a T when you speak fast?
As in T at the end of asked.
Yes. Yeah, rather than
Maybe.
saying asked, like all this like S, K, and D or T, you sort of cram everything more into a S and T. Is there a way like that?
Yeah, definitely. I just said it then. For example, it asked. I mean, I'm in the K, but I think that's also because I'm an actor and I'm quite used to doing consonant
No, I
clusters
mean,
like this.
yeah, I just seem to
Oh,
remember that.
asked.
Yes, like this, something
No
like that.
K at all.
Yeah, is there a way?
Asked.
Because
I
I
asked
swear
a
I had
question.
it somewhere, but I just can't remember where I received
Yeah,
it.
I would say it's valid. I am gonna push you as a little consonant exercise to always try and get it in, especially in a poetry reading. In normal conversation, when you're speaking to SP and he's behaving terribly, I asked you to stop doing that. You might want to abbreviate it and keep it more colloquial for sure.
Yeah, probably abbreviate all the normal words and just say what I feel emotionally.
Yeah. Exactly. Great. So, I mean, yeah, I'd say have the other one in your repertoire. So the full precise asked in there as good practice. But feel free to do that. And that is a note for everyone generally. There is another thing, I forget what it's called, but in like certain London, people do say arcs instead of ask. And that is a bit of a more of a I don't really know how to describe it. I think there is like an actual like accent or dialect for it, but I know a lot of people that I know from London that would say, I ask you a question. So it's actually spelled AKS, but I don't really think anyone in this cohort would say that at any point. But keep an ear out for it when you're next in London, because I guarantee you will hear people on the tube or in the high street saying that. It's just really interesting. So yeah, does that answer the question?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. That's kind of all I had for you, to be honest, my love. Maybe just Gale. Just say Gale for me one more time.
Gale.
Gale. Good. Yeah. Can we Gale? Rather than Gale, can we have Gale? Can we get rid of that yod and make it a bit softer and smoother? Gale.
Gale.
Yeah. Good. Let's just say Gale force winds.
Gale force winds.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know why the R and force came out.
It was lovely. I enjoyed it. Gale force winds. Let's try it again.
Gale force winds.
Yeah, lovely, Gale. Yeah, I think Before, I think it was just actually I didn't really get the word come through very clearly.
Mhm.
But that time we did kind of, I think because I asked you to say it, you were probably stressing it a little bit more.
Yeah.
But again, maybe just worth, yeah, just practicing that one a little bit. And again, because it's a bit of a, in the Gale, it's a bit of an unusual thing in this poem anyway. So again,
Mhm.
just switching on that hat of like, okay, well, this is a poem, so it's a bit heightened anywho. And so when we say words that maybe are a little bit weird, like abash or chillest, for example, I think that's I don't know if you saw when I was reading it through, I said in the chill, like I looked into it because I wasn't sure if it was chilliest, because we never say chillest. So again, there's some artistic license in this poem, I think. So yeah, just something to think about, but not necessarily a very specific note for you. But yeah, that was lovely. Well done. You're welcome. And who wants to go next? Don't know why I asked it like that. Natalia, also sat by her radiator. Snapsies.
Hello.
Keeping warm on this cold.
Oh, yeah.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. You?
Good. Yeah, good. Thanks, love. Like I said, just cold. Hence why I've got the rad behind me. Are you ready to read the poem, please?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Go for it.
Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and and so must a storm that could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. I've heard it in the chillest land and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity it asked a crumb of me.
Excellent. Well done. Lovely stuff. How was that for you?
Strange feeling because I understand words separately, but in this poem it's like mixed of words without any sense because I cannot understand some things.
Excellent. So it's a bit
For
tricky to
example,
understand for you.
hope is the thing with feathers, and I think like it's going to be about hope. And okay, I read about Gale, bad, and then sea and extremity, and then the end is asked a crumb of me, and
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Where did the hope go, guys? What happened?
Yeah,
Good
where's
point.
the
Really,
loud here?
really good point. Yeah, it's a bit, I think this one is a bit discombobulated for me as well. I relate to what you're saying. Yeah, the hope kind of disappears. I think she's using that imagery of birds and bird-like behavior to describe hope, right? Does that make sense? Yeah, but it's unusual because the way she's describing it, I think, becomes a little bit too bird-like and loses the hope. But actually, I think after reading it, I imagine if we read it more, we'd be able to find more of the hope within it and the way that we treat hope sometimes. You know, we could probably take out the word bird and put in hope. Perches in the soul. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. The sweetest in the gale is heard. And sore must be the storm that could abash the little hope and kept so many warm, because hope does keep many warm, doesn't it? I think if we change the word bird to hope, I think it would help us in the whole poem understand it clearer. But she doesn't do that for us, does she? She makes it poetical and weird and a little bit hard to grasp, I think. But aren't birds hard to grasp sometimes? And isn't hope hard to grasp sometimes? Does that make sense? Little connection for you there? Makes sense in my that's how my brain works when I read poetry. Good, lovely, great observations. Did you enjoy the poem? Did you enjoy reading it?
Yeah, also I found some new words.
Yes, like?
And I've never heard like abash.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? Anything else? Chillest?
And extremity, of course. Extremity.
Yeah,
I'm
so
not
it's
sure.
extremity. So we covered this with Violet,
Extremity.
but I think you were coming in and out of the, I'm not sure you caught the note, but yeah, extremity. So let's start there, shall we? Give it a go for me.
Extremity.
Yeah, good, lovely. Extremity. And on the T at the end, can we make it more of a T rather than extremity? Extremity.
Extremity.
Better. Yeah. And yeah, again, I said earlier, I'm not sure if you caught this note, but I was saying extremities, we do use it in modern conversation, but not all that much. But when we do, it's normally talking about our extremities, like our arms and legs as being the extremities. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
They are outside of our
Interesting.
body kind of thing. Yeah, it's an out of body thing. So yeah, your extremities. Oh, the extremities, the feeling, the chill today. We might say something like that, although I do think that's a little bit old fashioned. But anyway, good. That one's covered. There was just a couple more things I wanted to go over with you. Perches. Let's say perches, please.
Perches.
Again.
Perches.
Yeah, okay, good. Can you say in the sentence that perches in the soul?
That perches in the soul.
Yeah, lovely. Fine that time. Don't know why I wrote it down then. So well done.
Oh, what's the difference between this word, perches, and purchase? Like to buy
Purchase.
something.
Ah, fabulous. So purchase, I'll just write them down in the chat because I always find that helpful. Purchase. I purchase, this is spelt purchase, but it is purchase. I purchased the goods from the shop. Purchase, I would say, is more purchase. There is more of a perch is there, whereas purchase, I'd maybe say it's even like a purchase, sort of. I've not done the phonetics very well there. So let's just isolate both of them. So let's do the perches in this poem, like we're perching on a park bench. Perches.
Perches.
Perches, yeah. And then we got purchase. I purchased the goods. Purchase.
Purchase.
Yeah, so it's kind of like purchase. It's not a schwa, it is a purchase, but it's definitely more of an S sound when you purchase the sweets from the sweet shop. Perches, to actually perch as an act, as a verb, well, not perching, but perches on something is definitely more of a Z sound, I would say. Does that make sense, everyone? I'm not sure I explained that very well. Okay, does that make sense to you, Natalia?
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
fabulous. Excellent question though, because I hadn't clocked that, but I can see how that would be a bit like, what? So well done. Good. Without the word, is that in there?
Uh-huh.
Uh,
The third line.
yeah, great. Can you say the whole third line for me?
And sings the tune without the words.
Yeah, without the words. Good. So without the words, we kind of rushed through it a little bit and almost verged on skipping some of the shapes that we needed altogether to make it decipherable. So can we have that sings the tune without the words? Can we just isolate those three final words a bit clearer for me?
Without the words.
Yeah, good. And can we have the, not the, the,
The.
the?
The.
Yeah, that's better. There you go. Without the words.
Without the words.
Again.
Without the words.
Good. Now I'm going to let you assimilate without the word, so that the out and the comes together. So we're not hitting the lovely T on the end of out, but we're actually squishing it together a little bit. I'll demonstrate. So I've just got you to do this without the words. Now I would like, please, without the words. Do you see what I did? Quick, it's quick. Without the. So I'm not making the T sound. I'm making the shape without the T on out. And instead I'm letting that shape lead me straight into the. So I'll do it again. Without the. Without the. Can you see that, everyone? Can you see what I'm saying? Yeah? Does that make sense, Natalia?
Yeah, I hope so.
Give it a go.
Hope is a thing with words.
Excellent use of making it make sense in that context. Give it another go. Well done.
Without the words.
Close. Again.
Without the words.
Good. I give you permission to not break it up so much now with the first two words. So I would like, let me type it in the chat, with without the word. Sorry, it takes me a while to do it. So can you see what I've put in the chat?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, say that for me.
Without the words.
Good, good. Again.
Without the words.
Yeah, lovely, lovely. You're still pausing a little bit, but it's absolutely fine. I'm more than happy for that. And in fact, I'd probably rather that. But you're letting the word, you're making it sound good, basically. Can you try and do that in the context of the whole line again? So read the whole line for me.
And sings the tune without the words.
Yeah, lovely. Did you hear that bounce going along then? And sings the tune
Yeah.
without the words.
I like it more, to be fair.
Yes. Yeah, if we actually ride the rhythm and let the language do what we need to do with it, I think often we do just, it feels more true. In some respects. That was lovely. Really well done. That other the, however, though, and sings the tune. Again, just let's make sure it's a the and not a the or something else, okay? And sings the tune.
And sings the tune.
Yeah, it's still slightly there. I'm being very nitpicky, but can we make it more of a the? So let's just try the.
The.
Good. Now let's make it the.
The. The.
Yeah, good. Now let's go back to the. The.
The.
Sings the tune.
Sings the tune.
Good. Close. So close. Really good. Can you work on that for me?
Yeah.
When we have the followed by a consonant, usually I would encourage you to say the tune, the words. But if I was saying the elephant and there is a vowel coming straight after it at the start of the next word, we would probably say the, then we would have that sound. But very rarely will we say the when we're at, it's similar to there, like over there, we're going over there, guys. That's what I'm hearing a little bit, and I don't think we ever really do that in British. Okay, so if you're going to say the, the, before a word that begins with a consonant, let's try and keep it the, schwa it. If it's got a vowel following the next word, at the start of the next word, following the, the. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Again, it's just a really little thing. And because it's a word that doesn't really pack much punch, you wouldn't think it needs that much work. But it is one of those telltale things that will give you away in conversation, I would say. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Kushti, lovely. I'll leave that with you because you were doing it in isolation, so I know you can self-school yourself on that. Just to move on. Strangest. Let's say strangest.
Strangest.
Yeah, good. Strangest. Can we have more of a gist than a strangest? Strangest.
Strangest.
Close. One more time.
Strangest.
Yeah, lovely. Again, it's spelled EST, strangest. And sometimes we might want to turn that up a little bit. But I think your instinct to schwa it is kind of right, but actually we would say strangest. Strangest. It's the strangest thing. It's actually not unstressed, I would say. Strangest. They've both got equal punch. Yeah. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's also the strangest, right?
The strangest. I would say the strangest. But then I might have said just then the strangest thing I've ever seen. But that's a choice where I'm really trying to emphasize it was the strangest thing. It was the strangest thing. I think both would work, but I would say the strangest thing. So forgive me if I might have done that differently that time. Give it a go. Say the whole line for me and let's see if we can get the in there beautifully as well.
And on the strangest sea.
Yeah. Brilliant, really good. That final, that again, it's a consonant cluster, guys. That STS, even though they're two separate words, there's still a bit of a cluster there. The strangest C. It requires a bit of diction. So give it another go for me. Really good.
And on the strangest sea.
Good. One more time.
And on the strangest sea.
Yeah, good. Well done. Oh, that was tricky, wasn't it? Really good. Have you got any questions on any of that?
No, I don't have questions.
Excellent. There was just one more thing I wanted to say to you. And saw must be the storm. It might have been Zoom cutting out. I'm not too sure, but I'm pretty sure you dropped the word be altogether. So again, in poetry, I mean, we can play around with it a little bit, but the word be is in there, so make sure you get all the words in. Oh, we got another Anastasia coming in. So yeah, just say for me, and saw must be the storm.
And so must be the storm.
Yeah, I think it's those consonants when they're kind of pieced, clumped together a little bit. It can be a little bit difficult. So sometimes we just try and drop them and get away with not doing it. But I want you to really push yourself. So in your practice, my love, are you able to really slow down and really over articulate like tongue twisters, or come back to tongue twisters a little bit and really get specific some more? Yeah, to get that muscularity and dexterity there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, girl, you got this. Love it. Any final thoughts or questions?
No questions.
Beautiful. Well done, my
Thank
love.
you.
Absolutely fabulous work. Wonderful. Who would like to go next? Maria raised her hand. Excellent. Where are you?
I'm here.
There you are. I've added you. Fabulous. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm not sure, but okay. Hope is a one more time, I'm sorry. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words. Okay. And never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and so must be the storm that could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. I've heard it in the chillest land and on the strangest sea, and yet never in extremity it asked a crumb of me.
Fantastic.
I don't know why, but it was difficult.
It's
really.
difficult. Hey,
Yes,
I know
don't
why. It's a different language. It's a poem. It's a bit weird, and it's not really all that logical, really, a poem, is it? I thought you did brilliantly well. Well done. I would like you to do it again. I want you to just take a little deep breath for me and let out a nice sigh. We can all do that, actually, guys. Take a nice deep breath. It's your Wednesday evening. You've probably had a long week. Let's just chill out. Chill out, darlings. It's all good in the hood. I want you to give it another go. Take it nice and slowly for me. Don't feel like you need to gallop on with it. Even if you're feeling that pull to do so, just take your time. There's no rush. And at this point, there really is no right or wrong. It's all down to interpretation and just seeing what happens, okay? So give it another go all the way through. Take a breath and just one more time.
Okay. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and so must be the storm that could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. I've heard it in the chillest land and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity it asked a crumb of me.
Hey, fantastic. Well done. How was it that time?
So now it was easier, and but still it's very difficult when while I'm reading it. Of course, I'm trying to think about the sense, about the meaning, but still no. So it's impossible. I don't know why.
Well, I can tell you now, it's certainly not impossible because you already improved. So if you keep practicing and kept doing it, it would get better and it would be possible. But how many times have you practiced this? I'm not trying to catch you out. I'm just curious. How many times have you actually read this out loud, Maria?
Like maybe 3 times.
Wow. Okay. Was anything great accomplished in three efforts? Probably not. You don't just practice tennis 3 times and then go play at Wimbledon, do you? No, you practice
Sure.
day and day. Right, it takes time. So don't be hard on yourself and thinking, God, should be doing it by now. It doesn't matter. Like you really shouldn't. This
Yeah,
is
of course,
new.
I understand.
Okay. Yes, I know you understand. I'm just reminding you because yeah, it's easy to expect a lot from ourselves fast, but it takes time. But I thought you did a fantastic job. Even the first version, I just could hear yourself tripping yourself up a little bit. So I just wanted you to try again and not and just see if you could let it come, which you did. So wonderful, fantastic work. Are there any bits in your mind's eye that are particularly difficult? Let's cover those first, if so.
Yes, there are, for example, the same without the words.
Yeah.
Sometimes my tongue stops, I don't know, doing very strange movements. So, and something else, like the same extremity. So I was thinking about extreme, okay, extremity, and something else.
Don't worry if not.
Also warm. So I know how to pronounce, but it's still very difficult to make it like warm.
Yeah, yeah. Warm. Okay, good. Let's work through those then. Let's just have a quick look at first one without the words. So let's just say without the words.
Without the words.
Yeah, lovely. Without the words. 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 Rather than rather, I couldn't get my R out then. Rather than thinking of the R in words, can we think, so it's not words, it's words. The tongue is actually a bit flatter. We don't bring it up to make the R sound so much. So can we just try again? Without the words, words.
Without the words.
Yeah, lovely. I think it's fine. Does it still feel eggy for you? What are you, is there anything odd happening that you're not sure about?
So, you know, sometimes it's fine. I even hear it, but sometimes something happens and I like words. I don't know why, and there is a very strange sound sometimes. So of course I understand that I need to just to practice and practice.
Yeah.
So it's
Okay.
normal.
What I would say is because this is one of those kind of bits that we can squish in. For example, I could say it is very cold outside. I could also say it's very cold outside, which sounds like what, like we can squish it together and make it sound a lot more colloquial, right? So because this is one of those things, what I would encourage you to do, and again, this is why we start with tongue twisters and things like that and put a lot of effort and energy into that, just practice slowing it right down and getting it absolutely precisely secure so that you muscularly know exactly where you need to put what to say it crystal clearly, so that you can then be able to throw it away and make it sound more natural in conversation. Because I think sometimes, because what I'm hearing from what you're saying is that sometimes it gets jumbled and you're not really sure why or how. So exactly, so we need to kind of dissect it even clearer and be like, okay, well, this is what it should be in terms of shape and sound. Once I know that for sure, you'll be able to identify where you do keep tripping up and going wrong so that you can then do more exercises on that and take it from there. Does that make sense, Maria?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I think, I mean, the way you said it then was absolutely fine. Let's just make it extra clear for fun without the words.
Without the words.
Yeah, good. Let's even that's one word. Let's break up the without the words, like it's 4 words now.
Without the words.
Good. The words.
The words.
Yeah, good. Well done. Well done. Again, the came in, crept in a little bit. So that's a good general one for a few of you guys that I've picked you up on. Even with the, it's spelt there, but let's make sure it's a the or a the for now. Okay. Really, really good. Now let's just say without the words.
Without the words.
Yeah, without the words. Again?
Without the words.
Yeah. Can you try and copy my, try and mimic me here? I'm just going to do something and see if you can pick it up. Without the words.
Without the words.
Yeah, good. Okay, I was stressing the without the words. And you picked up on it lovely and subtly, so well done. Good. I think what's maybe happening and maybe why it might feel a bit eggy is just that because it's a separate word, you're breaking it up a little bit. When Natalia was doing it earlier, again, she added a little break in there and it sounded fine, but I think you might actually be shying away from the shape at the end of without the words and trying to reset it again, whereas actually you can afford to let it run in more. For example, so it's not without the words. Do you see how my lips kind of came in and out again? I'll just do that again. Without the words. We can afford to go without the words. Without the words. You see what I'm doing? It's quite subtle. And yeah, just say it again and let's see if we can just assimilate it a little bit more. Without the words.
Without the words.
Yeah, okay, good. Really, really good. Any questions on that?
No.
Okay, it's so interesting, isn't it? So precise. I'm being very pernickety with you. It's good. Good. Then you said warm. So you know that you said that you know how it should be said, but you're not quite getting it. Warm.
Yes.
Let's just try it. Warm.
Warm.
Yeah, great. Again.
Warm.
Yeah, brilliant. Well done. It did sound a little bit not woomy, but warm, rather than warm. Or yeah, there's a nice
It's shorter.
yeah, shorter, warm. I think it's just a bit longer, like a warm rather than a woo. It's more of a long stretch rather than a more of a jaw lengthening thing rather than a lip rounding directly forward thing. Energetically. Try it again for me in context of the sentence, please. That kept so many warm.
That kept so many warm.
Yeah, warm.
Warm.
Okay, be careful. It's not warm. Warm. Yeah, so when we go warm, it's kind of up here, I would say, like the we're sending the resonance up here, but for warm, I actually want to think more of a scoopy under action. Warm. That tongue is flattening. Warm. Give it a go again.
Warm.
Yeah, okay, again.
Warm.
Yeah, lovely. Can you feel and hear the difference?
Yes, I hear.
Excellent. Any questions on that?
No.
Excellent. Oh, did I write down the other one? Stops. Stop. Oh no, that's a different note. What was the third one that you weren't too sure on? Extremity.
Yeah, so I think it's fine. I just need to remember that also it's not extreme, so it's extremity.
That's it. It's not extreme, it's an extremity. Just say extremity for me just for once.
Extremity.
Again?
Extremity.
Yeah, extremity. Be careful it doesn't become extremity or extremity. Extremity.
Yeah. Extremity.
Yeah, good. Okay, makes sense? Lovely jubbly. Yeah, stops is my next one that I want to talk to you about. Where is it? Stops. And never stops. Can you just say that for me? And never stops.
And never stops.
Yeah, stops. Rather than it being stops, can we try and flatten it a bit more? Stops. Yeah.
Stops.
Yeah, better. Stops. It's again similar to the warm. It's I think the tongue is flatter and we're letting the sound come here. Oh yeah. Let's just try stops again and never stops.
And never stops.
Careful. Stoops again. We're stoops. Stops.
And never stops.
Stops. Can you you know, like you've eaten a hot potato or a hot chip and you're like,
yeah.
sensation.
Okay.
Can you just imagine that sensation for me and let your mouth like do that for me?
Stops.
Again. Stops. Better. Stops. I'm just still trying to think if there's another way I can describe it to help you. Stops. Sorry, bear with me. Stops. I'm just thinking more scooping under. Just give it stops. Can we do that? Stops. Yeah,
Okay.
stops. Yeah, stops. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear and feel the difference or not really?
Yes, I feel it and I hear it. Okay,
Yeah.
so I just need to practice.
Yeah, I think it's just, and again, just like as I get to know you and see more of you, I think you are quite softly spoken, and a lot of your it's kind of up here, and that's really, really nice. But I think trying again visualize being perhaps a little bit more down and grounded in some of the British resonance that we want to try and get in there a little bit, and flattening that tongue a little bit more. Even if. In fact, let's all do that, guys. We're going to overrun a little bit. I hope that's okay. Let's all just release our jaw a little bit. Nice out breath. And let that tongue be heavy. Like you've just been stung by a bee. Everything's like drooping off you. Belly. I want that tongue to be heavy. Let that jaw hang loose for me. Let's all look really weird together. Lovely. Let that jaw hang loose for me, Maria. Open mouth. Yeah, good. Let the tongue hang heavy in there as well. Yeah. And let's just see if we can almost sickle the tongue a little bit. So watch my tongue. Let's do 3 scoops and then a release. So, and release. Remember to breathe. 3 more. Oh, wrong way. Yeah, good. And just have a little shake out, everyone. I was kind of watching myself a little bit, and some of you. How was that, Maria? Did you manage to do that? What I was asking? Yeah. Just to practice, almost like I said, sickling and hollowing out that tongue a little bit, just like any reps in the gym, any press ups or whatever that we want to do, just to wake up that action in your tongue and know that it's available there. I think that might be helping you a little bit rather than bringing it up here, keeping it quite up here. It feels a bit softer up here. And I think that's where we're going with warm, stubs. It's up here. No. Oh, we want more of that. Ugly, rooted, muddy British sound. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Excellent. Well done. Can you work on that for me? Yeah. Lovely. Can we just also say abash?
Abash.
Yeah. Okay. One more time.
Abash.
Rather than abash. Yeah. Can we have more of a bash? Bash.
Abash.
Yeah. Again.
Abash.
Yeah. Abash.
Abash.
Good. And can we, on the sh sound, can we make it a bit more clips? It's not abash. It's abash. Abash.
Abash.
Shh. Give me this ugly lip pouty shape. Yeah. Abash.
Abash.
Yeah, better. I think you just need a bit more lip engagement to get the shooting out a little bit more. Yeah.
Okay.
Bash.
Abash.
Yeah. Okay. Good. And yeah, make sure it's a schwa, not a bash. Abash. Can you hear the difference? Abash.
Abash.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. Better. Yeah. Well done. Any final questions? Any questions?
No, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Lovely. Well done, everyone. Good work on that group exercise we did there as well. Loved it. Lisa, would you like to have a go?
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Excellent. When you're
Let me
ready.
try it. Yeah. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings a tune without the words and never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be the storm that could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. I've heard it in the chillest land and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity it asked a crumb of me.
Woo! Lovely
Thank you.
work. Well done. How was that for you?
Yeah, so I think I agree. I agree with the others. So the first time I read it, it was hard to grasp like the whole thing, sort of. But then as I've reread it again and again, I was like, oh, okay, I see what she's doing there, and I like the final verse where it's like, I've heard it in the chillest land and on the strangest sea. Like, it's my favorite part, I think. But I think the problem with Extremity is that it's the shortest sentence, it's the shortest line in the poem. And so sort of subconsciously you think there should be something more to it, I think. But then, yeah. So I like the poem. Like, I like the poem overall. But yes.
Brilliant observations. I love that you think, I love what you just said about you feel like there should be more to it, but actually I think that in itself as a thought matches the poem a little bit more, because I feel like it's almost maybe a bit incomplete and fleeting, but then I do think that is resemblant of what hope is like and what but little birds are like, right? So I think that's really interesting. I hadn't really made that connection, so thank you for saying that. I loved it.
Yeah, because I think on the strangest sea and it asked a crumb of me, like it rhymes perfectly. But with land and extremity, obviously not only they do not rhyme, but it's only that yet never in extremity is such a short line, and you sort of think, oh, it must be something else. But I think
definitely
I agree with you. I think
and it's the most probably, I think that's a 4-syllable word, and I'm pretty sure there isn't another 4-syllable word in there as well. Extremity. They're all quite short. It's a relatively monosyllabic poem, I would say. So great, lovely, wonderful observations. In terms of articulation, then there was one thing, and sings the tune. So it almost said, like you said, and sings a tune, which is valid, but it's not the word, and that's not how I roll. So let's make sure we get sings the tune. It's a little bit more harder to do, but can you make sure you say the instead of sings the tune. Let's isolate those three words first of all.
And sings the tune.
Excellent. And again?
Sings the tune.
Yeah. Tune. And can we make tune? Can we put a little yod in there? So it's not tune, it's tune.
Tune.
That's it. Yeah. Sings the tune.
Sings the tune.
Yeah. Fantastic. Say the whole line again.
And sings the tune without the words.
Lovely. Sings the tune. There's a lovely, I think it needs the in there a little bit, even if we're you know, bouncing along with it. It's not sings a tune, it sings the tune. Da-dun, da-dun. There's a nice yeah, there's a nicer flow and friction in the sentence with that. So lovely, fantastic, well done. Can you just say sweetest?
Sweetest.
Yes, again.
Sweetest.
Sweetest. Can we make sure, again, I'm being well nitpicky, guys, but it's because I know how like great you all are. So it doesn't become sweetest. Can we just make sure it's we just try that?
Sweetest.
Yeah, sweetest. It's the sweetest thing. It's not the sweetest thing. Sweetest. Yeah, sweetest. Again.
Sweetest.
Yeah, excellent. Could you all hear the difference on that one, guys? Sweetest, not sweetest. Lovely jubbly. Well done, Lisa. Was there any other bits that you're struggling with or that you want me to cover at all?
So for me, like, I think perches.
Yeah.
Because I struggle a little bit with the sound where it's like not totally your, but then it's like perches.
Yeah, purchase. That perches. So again, let's try and think perch is like it is warm. Let's put that is shape and sound in the end of it. Perches. Yeah, good. Perches.
Okay, yeah, thanks.
Again.
Perches.
One more time.
Perches.
Yeah, good. Well done. Yeah, I think before it did come out slightly differently, but yeah, just make sure it's got a little bit more. Yeah, is that Z is present. I think you're good at your can't speak. Good Lord, S shapes. Let's just try a Z. Can you do that for me?
Yeah, like the perches.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. I feel like there was something else I was going to say to you that might help, but you're doing it, so it's fine. I don't need to say it. Well done. What else was there that I wanted to speak to you on? Can we say it asked a crumb of me?
Yeah, it asked a crumb of me.
Good, well done. Instead of asked, can we try asked?
Asked.
Yeah, better. So it asked again, I don't know if I said asked at any point. It's a bit of a northern thing, and for me, I want to be more specific with you. If we're trying to go for that generic British, it would be I asked the question, not I asked the question. Okay, so just say it again for me. It asked a crumb of me.
Asked a crumb of me.
Yeah. And did you say the it then? Give me the it as well. It asked a crumb of me.
Yeah, it asked a crumb of me.
Yeah, excellent. Well done. Lovely. Really, really good. Can we just try as well? Crumb. Can we just have a nice crumb? We love it. You know, when you just want a crumb of cake or something, let's really think about that, like, and get ourselves salivating a little bit. Crumb. Can you enjoy the sound a bit more for me?
Crumb.
Yeah, crumb. And then can you hit what you did beautifully then, Lisa? I don't know if you other guys noticed. That B wasn't so silent then. It kind of came out on the crumb. It's similar, isn't it? That release that you did. So although you didn't say crumb, you can see why there is a B at the end of the word crumb now, I think. So just say that again, crumb.
Crumb.
Yeah. I think enjoy the sound, especially when you've got a word like that is about food.
Yeah,
any ums or are, like, you know, all those sorts of lovely shapes and sounds we can enjoy and relish a little bit more. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Lovely. Overall, fantastic, Lisa. Lovely to hear you slowing it down and taking more confidence with it. Fantastic work. Well done.
Yeah, thank you.
Fabulous. I know we're still running over, guys, so well done. But Anastasia, did you want to have a quick look at the poem?
Yeah.
Yeah? Give it a go.
Mhm. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words, never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and so must be the storm that could abash the little bird that kept so many worms. I've heard it in the chillest land and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity it asked a crumb of me.
Fantastic. Well done, love. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Nailing it. Really, really good. I'm just going to say it's a little bit tricky to hear with your microphone. I don't know what's going on. It's just that it was a little bit rattly and things, but I did pick up on a couple of things I want to say. So yeah, first of all, really well done. Fantastic. Hope. Can we really get that P through again? I'm not sure if it was the microphone, but can we just make sure we've got that P? Hope.
Hope.
Again?
Hope. Hope.
Yeah, better. Again, not sure if it was the microphone, just make sure, especially with those voiceless plosives, which P is, we need to make sure it's articulated, otherwise it becomes ho. Ho is the thing with feathers. What? Okay, good. Any questions on that, Anastasia?
I just wanted to ask if we have to say, and so must be the storm, if you have to say must or must, like with schwa.
So must. Good question. And so must be the storm. So must be. I would say must more precisely, please. But it must be. But in normal conversation, you could go, oh, it must be 5 degrees outside or whatever. You might do that. Must be. For this, can I have must? Can you say the line for me with a good strong sound?
And so must be the storm.
Yeah, good. It's interesting, isn't it? Because it's very subtle, a tiny little thing. But and saw must be, and saw be the. She doesn't say and saw will be the storm or saw be the storm. The storm is therefore saw. She says saw must be the storm. I actually think it's a word that I would stress quite a lot and enjoy in that sentence. If I were practicing this for a poetry reading, I would use the must quite dramatically. It's like a gust. It has that ust in there. And you're talking about a storm, right? So I think the sound in the word itself sounds like it could be used to depict a storm. So I'm going to use it more and stress the word rather than opt for the schwa. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I was coming at it intellectually and I think physically as well, emotionally, it helps me make sense of it. So yeah, can I have must, please?
Must.
Yeah, beautiful. Any other questions?
No.
Good.
Thank
Two
you.
more things for you. Oh, I'm not done with you yet, darling. Two more things for you. Never. Can we have never? Never.
Never.
Yeah, good. You did it. You were reading it very dramatically and it was lovely, but it almost became never. And I enjoyed it, don't get me wrong, but just to keep it a bit more naturalistic, never. Yeah, but really good drive through. I like that you really kind of were lifting it off, so I still give you a clap on the back for that. A clap on the back, a clap and a pat on the back for that. And final, warm again, that one.
Warm.
That's it. Yeah, I think it just requires a little bit more effort on your part to remember that. It became warm.
Yeah,
Warm.
I've heard it.
Yeah. Again,
Warm.
that was worm.
Warm.
Yes, well done. Could you hear the difference?
Yeah.
Fantastic. That was all I wrote down for you, love. Any final thoughts or questions?
No, thank you.
How fabulous. Guys, again, well done for sticking around on your Valentine's evening. I hugely am glad to have had a Galentine's with you. Oh my God. Love it. Have a lovely rest of your evening, whatever you're all up to. And well done today. Fantastic effort. And so good to see all of your beautiful shining faces as always. Thank you very much. Have a good evening. Well done.
Thank you. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye, guys. See you soon. Great work.